Welcome. Welcome. I'm Kim Villarosa, principal of Salem High School. Thank you for being with us today to celebrate this wonderful occasion. Before we welcome our students to the arena, I would like us to take a moment to recognize a student that we lost last year who would have been a graduate today. Grant Waits was one of our cherished students that passed away in February of 2021. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor him at this time. Thank you. I would like to recognize and welcome Mrs. Gretchen Andrich and Mr. Bill Keith as our name readers today. In addition, I would like to introduce the following staff members. Salem staff members that are joining us for this special occasion are Kayla Lattin, Roxanne McCormick, Kelly Osborne, Kathy Rakakis, Barbara Ratecki, Richard Stevens, Zach Summit, and Jim Wheaton. Additionally, I want to recognize the faculty and staff who are working behind the scenes on this special event. Paul Bird, Leah Babinski, Molly Burr, Bob Cummings, Chris Himes, Jonathan Lunenberg, Jennifer Newman, Amanda Richardson, Matt Shepard, and Carolyn Vanderroost. We also owe special thanks to our fantastic security staff, valued school resource officers, and outstanding maintenance team for making today's celebration an enjoyable event. Parents, guests, faculty, and staff, please stand and welcome the graduating seniors from Salem High School's class of 2022. welcome seniors. Please remain standing for our national anthem, which will be sung by our own senior, Kennedy Fox.
Hey guys. Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave, the brave, the brave. Peace and love. Congratulations, 22.
Thank you, Kennedy. That was amazing. At this time, please be seated. I would like to welcome and thank our special guests that are here with us today, our Superintendent, Dr. Monica Merritt, members of our Board of Education, President Patty McCoyne, and Secretary Doug Brooks. We also have with us today our Chief Academic Officer, Mrs. Beth Rail, our Director of Communications and Marketing, Mr. Nick Brandon, our Director of High School Education, Mr. Hal Hurd III, our Chief Financial and Operations Officer, Mrs. Debbie Piez, our Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Dr. Denise Lilly, our Executive Director of Student Services, Mr. Kurt Tiskowitz, and our Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources and Labor Relations, Dr. Liz Vartanian-Gibbs. I'd also like to recognize our Salem High School administrators, Tim Beckler, Jay Blaylock, Angel Lett, Derek Southwick, and John Wright. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce Dr. Monica Merritt, Superintendent of Plymouth Canton Community Schools.
Greetings, members of the Board of Education, our distinguished educators and staff, our parents, family, and friends, and most importantly, the Salem High School graduating class of 2022. Today is your big day. You did it. It is such an honor to be with you this morning to celebrate your amazing accomplishment. Now, here in P-CCS, we always talk about the importance of your village. So graduates, I want you to join me right now in giving a well-deserved round of applause to your village, your parents, your families, your teachers, your staff, everybody who has surrounded and lifted you up to be here today. Let's congratulate them as well. I am here to brag about this class of 2022 because their achievements are outstanding. Students in this class have earned over $2 million in scholarships, contributing to a campus-wide total of more than $6 million in scholarships this year. That's worth an applause. Graduates, whether you have plans to move on to a community college or university, attend a trade school or career school, proudly serve our country and our military, enter the workforce through acceptance of jobs or internships, or if you're still contemplating whatever the future may hold in store for you. Class of 2022, I am confident that you are going places. Today represents both endings and beginnings, and you have all traveled very different paths to arrive at this stage. But there is something that unites all of you today. You are bringing the curtain to a close on your remarkable educational journey with Plymouth Canton Community Schools, while opening the next door of future possibilities, and I believe they are endless. Not only has this graduating class had to complete your high school years during a global pandemic, but you also endured a 4-hour lockdown and navigated hurtful incidents of hate and bias. Yet through it all, you emerged united and stronger by staring these acts directly in the eye and by using the strength of your voice to make it clear that hate has no home in PCEP. The challenges for your generation are complex and immense, and we have all learned the limits of our own control, never knowing what a next day might look like. But the power of your voice is enough to conquer any obstacle. By using your collective voice to drive change for the better, you have been a true inspiration, a shining example of the way that we should view one another, the way that we should learn from each other, and the way that we should treat each other. Own your unique voice and never be afraid to use it. Use it to improve the lives of those around you. Use it to call out injustices near and far. And use it to leave your own legacy on the world, creating a more inclusive and just future for generations that will follow you. I am reminded of a quote by President Barack Obama when he once said, "Change will not come if we wait for some other person or if we wait for some other time. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the change that we seek." On this day, graduates, I challenge you to continue using the power of your voice to be the change in the world beyond the walls of PCCS. We are so proud of not just the students you have been, but even more proud of the people that you have become. Remain forever optimistic about your futures. You may experience those who doubt you or make you feel that you can't do it, but trust me, your best is good enough. My advice to you today is never let anyone else's opinion of you destroy your possibilities. The world is waiting for all of the incredible talents you have to offer. Now, this journey of learning, it just never ends. I ask you, embrace it. Keep growing. Keep challenging yourselves. Pursue a life of purpose. And most importantly, class of 2022, as you are all poised to replace us one day, use your voice to bring about real and desperately needed change. And never, ever forget the power of your voice, because it is truly unstoppable. Congratulations, class of 2022.
Thank you, Dr. Merritt. I am now pleased to introduce our senior class co-presidents, Pragda Chaudhary and Ria Sridhara.
Good morning, students, Salem faculty, parents, family members, friends, and lastly, the important reason why we are all gathered here today, the Salem graduating class of 2022. My name is Riya Sridhara,
My name is Pragya Chaudhary.
and we have had the esteemed honor of serving as your Salem class of 2022 council presidents for the last 3 years.
These 4 years have given us ending after ending, the end of a normal high school life, the end of the sense of safety we took for granted, the end of many of our loved ones. Yet we stand on this stage before you all today, marking yet another ending, and we see a sea of beginnings. Every time the book was closed on us, we wrote another chapter. We learned how to survive online school despite its challenges, and we transitioned back to in-person school.
Despite never-ending cancellations, disappointments, financial instability, isolation, and so many unforeseeable hardships, we were able to get through and made the best of our senior year. We had prom, homecoming, applied to college, made amazing memories, and here we stand today at graduation despite every hurdle in our way. We took the walls that fate put before us and turned them into doors. If we've learned anything through these 4 years, it's that we can begin again. We made it, and every single one of us should be proud of what we have been able to accomplish.
We'd be remiss to not thank the people who supported us along the way. Our teachers and administrators had to figure out online school along with us, to both comic and frustrating results. We went through online school together, for better and for worse. Thank you for the credit, no credit, the extensions on assignments, the patience when Canvas would break, and so much more.
We would also like to thank the administration at Salem High School and our council advisors, Mr. Ernchi and Ms. Smith. Initiatives such as the Salem Student Advisory Committee and council meetings gave us the chance to express our ideas and opinions, and we are very grateful for the opportunity to make our mark and have our voices be heard. We'd also like to give thanks to all the parents and loved ones who stood by our side and helped us make it here today. Thank you.
We'd like to thank the student leaders who stepped up during the pandemic, whether their efforts were recognized or not. We'd like to thank the students who made masks and other PPE, the students who ran food and water and clothing drives, the students who kept us connected one way or another. This is the future that the students of Salem High School will create, whether they go on to four-year universities, trade schools, the military, jobs, or any other path they may choose. This is a future of ingenuity, of compassion, of turning endings to beginnings.
Finally, we'd like to celebrate the students who may not have been able to make large gestures of support, who fought hard to support just themselves, and who are sitting here with us today. Your battle is not ignored. You took a situation in which the deck was stacked against you, and you still won, and for that you deserve accolade. Salem High School. Today, 2 graduating seniors stand before a crowd of graduating seniors. 2 young adults stand before a sea of young adults who are about to embark on a new journey. Today, we hold a lantern made of our memories, memories of things lost and gained, and we use them to light our path forward towards a brighter future.
Today, I'm reminded of a quote from one of my favorite movies that is apt as we consider these 4 years of endings and beginnings. I'm somewhat of a Bollywood buff, and my favorite movie of all time is Om Shanti Om, which itself is set in the Bollywood industry. And on this stage, I think I finally truly understand one of Om's, the main character's, dialogues. Today, standing here before my peers as Om stood before his audience, you all have convinced me that real life isn't too different from Bollywood movies, where things end on a positive note, on a happy ending. If the ending isn't happy, it's not over yet, my friends. There is more yet to our movies, to our stories. Picture abhi baki hai mere dost.
Here's to the class of 2022.
Thank you. Thank you, Praga and Ria. I am honored to introduce the senior class speaker, Heather McCorkle.
Good morning, Salem class of 2022. I'm Heather McCorkle, and it's an honor to speak to you as we celebrate our graduation. In a few moments, we'll join thousands of other proud alums of Salem High School. I want to take a moment and welcome some special guests, school board members, our teachers and administrators, and Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Monica Merritt. I also want to thank all of the parents and family members that are here with us today. They've been there to support us in so many ways. Lastly, I want to welcome you, the Salem High School class of 2022. Congratulations. To begin, I'd like to share a quote with you by Vivian Green. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. Class of 2022, I'm standing on this stage in front of you as a testament to the 4 years we have endured to get to this present moment. Today is a day where we say goodbye to one chapter and begin another. We've all experienced endings before. The end of a blissfully awaited week at summer camp, the end of a math test, the end of our patience at a family dinner gone awry. However, while we have closed chapters before, somehow this new page feels different, more continuous, more exciting. When we entered the PCEP campus in September of 2018, none of us could have imagined the 4 years that would follow. Bright-eyed freshmen with little experience to draw from other than the scenes we had watched in High School Musical, we weren't sure what to expect that very first day. Navigating not one, not two, but 3 high schools, we would bond over our shared dread of walking in between classes in the bitter cold, and the way that long trek from Plymouth to Canton felt like climbing Mount Everest on a time crunch. However, as the years went on, we no longer needed directions to our classes, the numbers above the classroom doors becoming second nature. We found our place in campus in sports, clubs, choirs, and there was always a friendly face beckoning to us from the football stands. Then came the unexpected March of 2020, that fateful Friday the 13th, more than 2 years ago. An at-home quarantine and switch to remote learning certainly wasn't the high school experience we were promised. No one, not even Troy Bolton or Gabriela Montez, could have prepared us for those next 2 years of unexplainable chaos. Clubs canceled, dances postponed, possible opportunities and connections never realized. In short, isolation. Even still, hope lingered in every single box of our classroom Zoom screens. Small as this hope was, we each found something to look forward to in the midst of the monotony. For some of us, we clung to art to ease our anxieties. Others picked up new hobbies and created their own pastimes. Some took the opportunity to reach out to old friends and deepen their relationship with their family. We all had our own unique experience during quarantine that tested our knowledge and creativity. Above all, quarantine and online school brought out the tenacious spirit of each and every one of you, and you should be so proud of how far you have come. But we didn't come this far alone. Teachers and counselors showed up during these peculiar times with overwhelming support, cheering us on to accomplish our goals. This brings us to senior year. If a montage of a school year has been flying through your head, you may remember that very first day of school when we all assembled on the football field, the sun still rising, as we jumped into a school year with a new motivation and rigor than ever before. We seized the opportunity to make the most of the time we had left in high school, and we succeeded. This was the year we put ourselves out there, meeting new friends at football games and dressing up for Spirit Week and homecoming. We savored the delicious art of the Rock Shop cookies, found a home in sports and clubs, drove to school dancing to our very own school's radio station, 88.1 The Park, and cherished each and every one of our new friendships and peers. Of course, this year hasn't been without its drawbacks and uncertainties. There have been days and even weeks of anxiety and unknowns. But we took it day by day, and we found joy in the little things. And we did it. We're here. This isn't the first ending we'll experience, and it won't be the last. But today marks the beginning of something far more incredible than we could ever imagine. So long as we remember the lessons we learned on this great campus known as Plymouth Canton Educational Park, our future will be bright and beautiful. This we know, standing here, much like we did on that first day of senior year, looking out towards the skyline, that the best is yet to come. The credits continue, signifying a remarkable sequel. Class of 2022, to be continued. Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the Plymouth Canton Educational Park Combined Choirs for their song. Thank you, choir members. The Board of Education will award diplomas to the graduating seniors in just a moment. Before we begin the introductions of our soon-to-be graduates, I would like to take a few minutes to share some thoughts with you. Graduates, you are certainly the most prepared group of students that we have ever had the pleasure to award diplomas to. I have never congratulated a class of students that survived a pandemic, were told to stay home from school for weeks with no warning, transitioned back and forth from virtual school to in-person school with so many different schedules that I personally was confused. I feel like you're leaving us too early, not because you haven't met the graduation requirements, but because you were with us in person for a shorter time than I would have preferred. I found myself in the cafeteria recently looking at seniors and realizing, like, wait, you can't be leaving me yet. However, I do believe that you are going to be more prepared than any other graduating class from Salem High School to face challenges, adversity, and unexpected circumstances. I am so happy that your senior year allowed us to have a homecoming dance, although it was outside, sports and activities, in-person learning, and a very well-attended prom. Graduates, you are moving forward to something amazing. When I graduated from high school, I honestly didn't know what the future held for me. I sat where you're sitting many years ago, apprehensive because I had no idea what I was going to do next. I can tell you the one thought that wasn't in my mind is that one day I would be standing here as a high school principal. Students, regardless of what you're thinking right now, you will find your way and accomplish great things. It doesn't matter if you have your next steps completely mapped out or if you are unsure of your next steps. Move forward with confidence and know that you will be amazing as you enter the next phase of your life. Maya Angelou said, "My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style." You survived a pandemic. You are thriving through challenging times. Please stay compassionate, maintain your sense of humor and style. The Salem High School staff will miss you. The 4 years of virtual and in-person learning we had together was too short. I know you will make great choices in the future. I want you to come back to Salem and tell me and other staff members that you are happy and proud of what you are doing. As you begin your exciting futures after graduation, please remember all the adults here today are proud of each of you. There will be challenges along the road to success. Please don't forget you are a rock and rocks are resilient. Please go forward with true Salem Rock pride. Our school has a tradition of graduating students that continue to be great contributors to our community. The fact is evidenced here today if you look around the auditorium at many of our staff members and parents that were graduates of Salem High School. Salem High School has such a rich tradition of excellence and pride, and I believe it is important to not only honor our class of 2022, but all the graduates of Salem that came before them. If you're in the auditorium and graduated from Salem High School, will you please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you. Standing before you today, I am privileged, thankful, and honored to be the principal of the Salem class of 2022. To our families, I want to thank you for the really great young adults you sent to us to work with and nurture. Soon we will be calling the graduates rapidly. As excited as you are to hear your student's name read and see your student cross the stage, Please respect these students and the dignity of the ceremony by holding your applause until all diplomas have been presented. We want every student's name to be heard clearly as it is read and not overshadowed by cheering from the previous student. I promise when all diplomas have been awarded, we will have the collective opportunity to cheer, clap, and holler for our 2022 graduates. I would like to bring forward our name readers, Mr. Bill Keith and Mrs. Gretchen Andrich, along with our board members to award the Salem class of 2022 their diplomas.
Him.
Grant Waits.
Michael Andrew Latez.
Michaela Jane Tarchinsky.
Ryan Anthony Candido.
Sophie Michelle Edwards.
Sean Cameron Butts.
Eric Min Triet Cow.
Nicholas Lee Barrett.
Talina N.M. Meekin.
Dylan James Fleming.
Emily Rose Galis.
Rajpreet Singh Garcha.
Daniel Joseph Ayat.
Gavin Yunko Bobby.
Caitlin Marie Dunn.
Kennedy Marie Butler.
Silken Blaze Pierce.
Andy Gail Ayala.
Emma Lambert.
Ashlyn Elizabeth Gilmore.
Ahmad Khaldoon Said.
Pragya Chowdhury.
Sydney Ann Sidlowski.
Ria Siddhi Sridhara.
Grant Edward Pierre-Felice.
Benjamin Michael Fairchild.
Kennedy Hannah Foe.
Dylan Scott Nitel.
Heather Christine McCorkle.
Anthony Michael Clements.
Donald Kelvin Poole III.
Jacob Roy Benford.
Roger Dean Gassman Jr.
Riley Hudson Kaczynski.
Alyssa Rose Tish.
Zara Jalal El-Shamir.
Mahekdeep Sidhu.
Karis Johanna Blockton.
Christian Lee Main.
CJ Fisher.
Kevin Thomas Reamer.
Dylan Patrick Enzer.
Gareth Conan Pinkerton.
James Porter Driscoll.
Brandon Miguel Chua Perez.
Andre Raymond Raphael Genero.
Hayden Prescott Shills.
Rohan Hukam Singh Daliwal.
Jackson Cole Messer.
Dhruv Raj Canaria.
Elias Rayed Mahdi.
Zachary Christopher Clifton.
Bryn Bishop Railing.
Austin Delaney.
Cora Elizabeth Wallish.
Jai Enin Lingenfelter.
Madeline Grace Paspel,
Caden Ryu Cushman,
Caroline St. Clair Rummel,
Emilio G. Gonzalez,
Catherine Elizabeth Patsy,
Paul S. Kim,
Caitlin Elizabeth McCory,
Kirsten Lena Jones,
Maya LaRose Mentowski,
Amani Alexandria Jones,
Alexandra Ray Ramsor,
Alexandra Dominique Louise Clavano Lim,
Saigar Keaton Patel,
Bryce Jameson Clark,
Jason Michael Ramsey,
Sammy Ied Gadia,
Jack Patrick Winters,
Owen Richard Lund,
Owen Matthew Young,
Brianna Bianca Fischel,
Ethan Michael Schuler,
Danielle Irina Allen,
Nathan Nalenga Ward,
Amy Grassi,
Antonio Palacios,
Paige Grace Donahue,
Elise Jeanette Sidlowski,
Abdurrahim Khan,
Mackenzie Grace Small,
Elizabeth Lauren Ludlow,
Lucas Donovan Smith,
Sahana Davy Katha,
Nicholas Edward May,
Elizabeth Irene Dancy,
Alexander Alberto Mazuka,
Kathleen Elizabeth Kasmerick,
William Bradford Price,
Mohammed H. Kamal, Blake Ashton Haggard,
Quinn Patrick Tews,
Grant Jackson Israel,
Jinki Zhang,
Adrian Elaine Jones,
Amnik Singh,
Brianna Idell Jones,
Davion Deshawn Newton,
Janaya Yvonne Johnson,
Siddharth Muralia Darathan,
Amira Ali,
Kyle Patrick Quint,
Manraj Singh Dhaliwal,
Noah James Salemi,
AJ Matthew Krieg,
Ava Marie Van Hala,
Yuvia Becerra Mendoza,
Angelina Rose Saranian,
Amari Labria Edwards,
Angelica Grace Sikorsky,
Jaya Tanae Guy,
Emma Elizabeth Telepo,
Marissa Amber Kintz,
Abigail Marie Seitz,
Natalie Grace Dutton,
Allison Marie Stowe,
Morgan Elizabeth Julian,
Elena Lottie Wheeler,
Eva Catherine Kadat,
Benjamin Philip Newmeyer,
Alexis Rachel Brooks,
Kylie Ann Mahachuk,
Kareem Ayed Dudar,
Samantha Lee Rousseau,
David Anton,
Maya Ann McLean,
Kaylin Chanel Landrum,
Emily Jayu Miller,
Emivi Estelle Decoux,
Anna Elise Payne,
Logan Constance DeJarnette,
Albert Nee Yang,
Alexandra Marie Eisenbeiss,
Russell Sean Roberson,
Isabella Marie Abraham,
Heather Rose Shermick,
Julia Justine Dowswell,
Grace Mary Lee Minchin,
Benjamin Thomas Ferenz,
Tanishka Vivek Nalwadi,
Storm Alexandra Kirschke.
Victoria Marie Ramsey.
Lillian Elizabeth Betts.
Gabriella Ann Ray.
Zara Jabin Junaid.
Noah Thomas Proctor.
Faith Cheryl Gade.
Cyrus Odin Summerlin.
Grace Marie Goldener.
Corinne Elise Whited.
Maya Ann Kim.
Jayla Monique Combs.
Jacob Stephen Jones.
Talia Diane Stevenson.
Rupin Lamba.
Angel Renee Ratliff.
David C. Bowman.
Miri Aurora Pantsar.
Andrew James Hughes.
Emma Nicole Nizick.
Joshua Caleb Beal.
Rachel Lynn Steck.
Joshua Devin Bender.
Shaylee Ahmet Sungvi.
Kurban Singh Lehal.
Saya Modi.
Taya Francis Louise Diedrich.
Jenna A. Shahada.
Elizabeth Ivy Kadaj.
Erica Christina Percati.
Evan Anthony Lambrie.
Brooke Melissa Ryan.
Sarah Ray Khalil.
Sydney Neal.
Jenna S. Cadre.
Victoria Ann Tabor.
Alexia Lecco.
Cameron Dawn O'Brien.
Marissa Dawn Hall.
Alexandra Ava Tomalek.
Danielle Elizabeth Cranston.
Sydney Blanche Soliman.
Amy Grace Krempatic.
Jakari Leroy Braswell.
Lauren Ashley Formella.
Tyler V. Gaddis.
Sarah Catherine King.
Orlando J. Allen.
Ashley Guta.
Jamarcus Cortez Barnes.
Madeline Marty Compton.
Jeremy Logan Campbell Wilson.
Lily Delane Bird.
Jeremiah James Jackson.
Aaron Daniel Sanfilippo.
Hannah Grace Preitzer.
Ryan Matthew Jensen.
Tien Mi Angelina Wien.
Nathaniel Thomas Gleneski.
Mitzi Marie Laxon Lago.
John Walter Anthony V.
Ellie Carol Young.
Zoe Presley Holsinger.
Nirav Rajesh Kumar Patel.
Jackson Charles Harrigan.
Ty Nathan Wagner.
Lindsay M. Holbush.
Derek Thomas Watson.
Anastasia Elise Gould.
Avery James Satterley.
Abigail Elizabeth Dipple.
Proud Jack Wiley.
Ava Marie Hughes.
Jacob Michael Mason.
Amrita Condor.
Braden Edward Zemensky.
Julia Annette Burgess.
Cole Martin Zemensky.
Iris Chenzing Ding.
Ian Douglas Veit.
Marissa Joy Henry.
Christian Lee Shelton.
Zoe Catherine Kerr.
Om Patel.
Emma Diane Dennison.
Yusef Wabe.
Mia Rose Grimm.
Jacob Lay No.
Zoe Elizabeth Hetzel.
Grace Ty.
Nicole Sophia Freitag.
Charlotte Peck Pavlik.
Lane Aaron Kleinglass.
Delaney Elizabeth Morin.
Kayla Louise Hubbard.
Carlos Denzel McLean.
Linda Barakat.
Asha Janik Patel.
Jana King.
Maureen Sahir Siddiqui.
Jason Christopher Kula.
Milan Manthan Pundit.
Cadence Pink Carpenter.
Bhuvi Pundir.
Jacob Michael Grebe.
Sandhya Sundarajan.
Anthony Robert Dororo.
Prachi Mahapatra.
Ruby Adele Billamoria.
Jacob William Weber.
Emma Lynn Bingett.
Darrell A. McMiller.
Ava Elizabeth Holloway.
Ashton Damari Wheeler.
Sophia Ann Holloway.
Darius Anthony Motok.
Olivia Lauren Langley.
Gregory George Mikopoulos.
Juliana Fuad Corey.
Adrian Even Mendoza Sequiros.
Julia Paige Gutierrez.
Lily Abigail Okan.
Morgan Adele Evans.
Lily May Sultana.
Alicia Marie Duke.
Erica April Pulowski.
Emily Gail Lydell.
Mackenzie Lean Picard.
Tara Grace Gattoni.
Alicia Razi.
Bianca Gutierrez.
Shahariha Sharif Syed.
Olivia Joanne Jovanovsky.
Sana Altaf Syed.
Rihanna Elizabeth Frizz.
Michael Anthony Puda.
Christian Diora Jackson.
Luke Smith.
Alexis Marie Kelm.
Chase Nicholas Vladu.
Gina Marie Griglas.
Benjamin Louis Rama.
Isabel Grace Huff.
Gabriel Praka Lazai.
Samantha Louise Guidabono.
Finn Patrick Morgan.
Elsa Grace Jarrett.
Brennan James Morgan.
Donovan Valentino Colgrove.
Juliana Jack Syed.
Jacob Thomas Atkins.
Abigail Marie Sutherland.
Tyler Austin Dudley.
Tess Violet Martin.
Aiden Andrew Browning.
Roxana Maria Nistor.
Brendan Robert Best.
Benjamin Abraham Matthews.
Noah Charles Heyer.
Brendan Joseph Matthews.
Olivia Catherine Lesko.
Kyle Allen Moran.
Keegan Holstrom.
Mark Robert Shemansky.
Joshua Matthew Brockler.
Garrett Robert Southern.
Jake Thomas Bobo.
Monish Moyle.
Nikhil Venkata Kondaganta.
Anna Claire Shembri.
Nathan Gregory Clark.
Anna Yu.
Akash Ram Baranthan.
Liliana Kathleen Nolta.
Benjamin Aditya Carsona.
Riley Ann Walker.
Sampan Chowdhury.
Morgan Elizabeth Toole.
Anthony Paul Dono.
Lillian Ann Marie Wilson.
Hamza Sinan El Naib.
Nolan Patrick Savage.
Giovanni Michelle DeRose.
Allison Nicole Traylor.
Jack Martin Karan.
Irene Sheuen Roush.
Justin Wayne Henning.
Kalan Hardik Patel.
Alex Jacob DeAngelis.
Zed Yaya.
James William Claypool.
Nikhil Snehal Patel.
Benjamin Thomas Four.
Thean Anthony Pham.
Allison Boytim.
Anne Gabriel Pham.
Nicole Leong.
Saad Mahmood.
Ella Justine Copley.
Troy Christopher Wells.
Ashley Tao Duong.
Ian Andrew Nadeau.
Ariana Nicole Lepre.
Amlan Ryan Sutar.
Mary Kate Elise Kirkpatrick.
Luke David Nelson.
Andrew Singh Lasich.
Parker Jean Swanton.
Skylar Jan Ayers.
Prayag Shankar.
Alexandria Marie Brozick.
Joshua Maxwell Voldal.
Nathan Joseph Hancock.
Rupinder Singh.
Jeremy Butler.
Parker Thomas Doe Viek.
Harleen Kaur Gill.
Adam John Peck.
Irina Rahel Gauchi.
Liam Allen Zoli.
Helena Rose Carter.
Connor Florimon Sugru.
Jack Alexander Devine. Shahryar Kashif Chowdhury.
Triana Rubio Bayan.
Ali Mehdi Hazni.
Sophia Grace Ortiz.
Anmol Singh Dhaliwal.
Mahi Manish Shaw.
Kevin Thomas Johnson.
Hiya Vrijesh Patel.
Theodore D. Harris.
Dia Minesh Patel.
Mitchell B. Johnson.
Aditya Sanjay Patel.
Madeline Grace Laycock.
Ayush Nalash Patel.
Gavin Bryce French.
Rupesh Sithraman.
Owen David Fisher.
Joshua Lawrence Rosas.
Carter Teru Graal.
Ethan Thomas Merlington.
Joshua C. Aldis.
Aveen Kaur Sandhu.
Ishan Marlon Kelly.
Sydney Joy Urso.
Michelle Ahmed.
Aiden Jeffrey Picole.
Angela Kathleen Bellinger.
Brooke Noel Stevenson.
Micah Marianne Bellinger.
Paige Nicole Ramsey.
Noah James Buckley.
Caleb Martin.
Bianca Best.
Tyler Robert James Trudell.
Ethan Timothy Krupa.
Dylan Scott Wiesa.
Eileen Zara Gardezi.
Jonathan Andrew McKay.
Noor Saeed Ghazali.
Mej Eldin Ismail Suleiman.
Jalen Hugh Hung.
Devanch Vimobai Patel.
Nicholas Robert Dodge.
Sarah Malik Wells.
Grace Laura Kuhn.
Maya Hassan Oseli.
Emily Love Davis.
Sydney Olivia Muntean.
Medina Alcoldre.
Nikita Prajia Sharma.
Bridget Ayana Marie Clark.
Sydney Elizabeth Stanton.
Emma Renee Bell.
Ayushi J. Schroff.
Nathan Casey Bell.
Janice Renee Siobhan McBroom.
Ashley Marie Fabre.
Damon Keith Owens II.
Taylor Denise Herman.
Jalen Rayshawn Rose.
Zoe Renee Glassel.
Pari Ravi Thacker.
Sergio Emmanuel Lopez.
Priya Hardish Moharaji.
Andrew Stephen Bowie.
Emily Wenching Ma.
Jaden William Hayter.
Nicholas Len Reynolds Jr.
Shane Edward Hansen.
Joshua Stephen Rock.
Abdullah Zayed Bakar.
Dennis Russell Reynolds.
Anika Balankrishnan.
Carl Michael Peterson.
Claire Annalise Bolt.
Henry James Seabach.
Lauren Elizabeth Ellis.
Daniel Ennis Shaner.
Teddy Fedolari.
Abdullah Niazi.
Jacob William Bowers.
Ali B. Salami.
Asher Michael Dunnigan.
Madeline Chase Ward.
Lena Kanda.
Trisha Patel.
Ina Asfal.
Vanch Kalpeshbai Patel.
Pavitar Bansal.
Yuraj Singh.
Elise Angelina Brown. Jada Marie Curry. Madison Chervanak. Allison Rosemary Dorshevitz. Megan Patterson Kelly. Zarmina Akikwet. Mohammed Taha Belfol. Amanda Chioma Burks. Luis Antonio Gallegos Sanchez. Adil Ali Jamal. Ziming Huang. Bruv Batagan.
We are near the end of our program. Parents and guests, please wait until all of our graduates leave the arena floor before you exit. You can meet your student outside the Convocation Center's main doors. Students, you will be guided by our administrators to exit to the outside of your rows. Seniors, please stand. At this time, seniors, at this time, it is customary to move your tassel from the right side of the cap to the left to signify you have officially graduated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor to present to you with rock pride the Salem High School graduating class of 2022.